أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So ayah number 20. Yakadul barku yakhtafu absarahum kullama adaa lahum mashaw fihi wa idha azlama alayhim qamu walau sha'a Allahu la dhahaba bisam'ihim wa absarihim inna Allaha ala kulli shay'in qadir. It's a bit long ayah. So let's inshallah begin this ayah. Brother Zavid and brother Tafazzul, mashallah, you have done this one. So brother Shoaib, did you try to do these ayat? Shoaib bhai?
No, brother, I didn't reach that far yet. I'm still on ayat number 18. I didn't reach that far yet.
No problem. Brother Javed, do you want to try this one, inshallah? Brother Javed, I just want to see that you know how you go.
Yes, brother.
Okay, Bismillah. Javed bhai, inshallah you can start this one. Yakadul barq.
Hear me now? Brother, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah.
So I'll start. So yakadu. So it's fail mudare.
Yeah.
So then.
And one more thing about it is fail nakis as well. For example, brother, as we have kana as fail nakis, likewise kada yakadu is also fail nakis.
Okay.
Brother Tafazzul, when we have fail nakis, what it means?
It means it will be the kana structure, for example. It will be like jumlatul ismiya structure. So we'll have cover of kana and we'll have the ism of kana, which will be either the inside door will be outside door. So
excellent. Because fail nakis, which mean incomplete verb, and it is incomplete in the sense that in order to convey its meanings, it needs one ism and one khabar. Unlike normal verb. Normal verb is a complete sentence, but fail nakis, as kana, as this one we are studying today, kada yakadu, it is also fail nakis, and it is kada is the madi form and yakadu is the mudare form. Yes, Zaved bhai, bismillah.
Then brother, actually I didn't notice that it could be fail nakis. So what, that's why actually I wrote it just fail mudare, and then what I did actually yakadul barqu I put it as like file.
Okay. Got your point. So now inshallah we'll say, brother, that this yakadu, it is fail mudare, but it is also fail nakis, and which means that al barku, instead of being because yakadu is fail and al barku is a ism in rafa status, if it was a normal verb, then al barku will become the outside file, but now al barku will become the ism of yakadu. And yakhtafu, what is yakhtafu, brother?
It's fail mudare again.
Okay, excellent. Khatafa yakhtafu.
Yeah.
So it is
then,
yeah.
In absaruhum, that's the maf'ul.
And it has a built-in file, what?
Built-in file, I think it's huwa, maybe, is it?
Huwa, yes. And absarahum.
Rahum. So it's like it is maf'ul.
Excellent. Excellent, because we can see that it is a ism in rafa status, but absarahum is a two things. It is mudaf
Mudaf
and hum is the mudaf ilay part, but they will go together in the bucket of maf'ul. So what is the role of this sentence yakadu Al-barku yakhtafu absarahum. So yakhtafu absarahum is a complete sentence, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what is the role of this sentence?
Almost lightning snatches others.
Brothers
It's,
of, brother,
yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Brother, are you asking me? Sorry, I missed that.
Okay. So brother, it will be yakhtafu absarahum. Yes, brother Tafazzul, you want to answer?
It will be the cover.
Excellent. So brothers, yakhtafu absarahum is a complete sentence, and this complete sentence will play the role of khabar of yakadu. So yakadu fi'l naqis, al-barku is the ism of yakadu, yakhtafu absarahum together as a complete sentence played the role of khabar of yakadu. And with this one sentence of fi'l naqis, yakadul barku yakhtafu absarahum. Brother Tafazzul, translate it, bismillah.
I don't know the meaning, but I can see what I wrote.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I already wrote it. This is what I know, but I don't know the meaning of this. I can't remember those meanings, but I can see
Okay.
in front of my.
Okay, no problem. Actually, brother, this kada yakadu is that as almost something happened. Okay,
Yeah.
when something nearly happened, we call this one kada, that something nearly happened. So you can say yakadul barku. And what is the meaning of bark? We discussed last time. Anyone knows meaning of bark?
It's lightning.
Shoaib bhai, what is the meaning of bark?
No, don't remember, brother. Sorry.
Okay, so because this word came previously as well.
Lightning, is it?
Yeah. So yakadul bark, like because the whole imagery is that there's a heavy rain, and in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us the imagery of the hypocrites. Okay, yakadul barku, that lightning almost yakhtafu snatches away. Khatafa yakhtafu mean to snatch something. Okay, so lightning almost yakhtafu absarahum snatches away their sight. Now that's clear?
Yeah.
So it is as though as lightning almost snatches away their sight. Absarahum, their sight. Yakhtafu mean to snatch something, and al-barq mean lightning. Yakadu mean almost. Okay, so let's inshallah move on to the next part of the ayah.
Kullama.
Yep.
Kullama adaa. So
Yep.
I'm not sure what I should put as kullama. I'm not sure what status I will put it over there, but adaa, it is fi'l madi.
Excellent.
Then lahum zar mazroor.
Excellent.
And then if I keep going, then
okay, let's do this much first. So kulla, anybody knows about the kulla? Someone knows?
Yeah, this is that it is a special mudaf. So it's kullama will be, I think it will be mudaf and mudaf wilai. This kullama.
Excellent, because we have discussed this previously, brothers, that this word kullu or kull, it is used as a nasam form kulla. Actual word is kullu. Whenever this word comes, it behaves as mudaf, and what comes after it, there will be mudaf ilay. That is one point. Second point is, as we have discussed in the past as well, that mudaf ilay in reality mudaf ilay is one word, one ism in jar status. As we all know this, mudaf ilay in reality is one word in one ism in jar status. Sometime as it will be the case here as well, a complete sentence comes, and then with the help of this ma, that complete sentence is changed into masdar, because we have learned this technique that how this ma changes the whole sentence as though as it is one word. Okay, so this kulla is your mudaf, and this ma will be called ma masdariya. Why? Because this ma will do the job of changing the next sentence ada alahum. This ada alahum, as brother said before, ada is fi'l madi and lahum is mutalik bil this fi'l. So kulla is mudaf, ma ada alahum. Now this ma ada alahum together will be treated, even though ada alahum has gone as a in the role of masdar in jar status. Ada alahum, please pay attention. Ada alahum is a sentence based on fi'l madi, but this sentence has, because of ma, this sentence has become masdar muawwal. We know this one, masdar muawwal, which simply means that this whole sentence will play like one word. Okay, so kulla is mudaf, ada alahum is mudaf ilay, not directly, but it is as a muawwal masdar fi mahalli jar. What I said the word fi mahalli jar, and fi mahalli jar is why? Because ada alahum is not actually one word in jar, it is actually a sentence. But fi mahalli jar means it is playing the role of jar. Why? Because it is mudaf ilay. For who? For the word kulla. So kullama ada alahum. Whenever ada alahum, it is how to translate this one? Ada alahum mean, I just trying to think of some proper word to translate it in English.
Here it's written every time it lights for them.
Yeah, because you know this word thou, this dwad wow thou un mean light. Okay, so ada alahum, it is lightened lahum for them. So every time it is lightened for them, mashawfi. This is a separate sentence. Mashaw mean this, by the way, this mashaw is, inshallah, we discuss it's this word as well. This mashaw is number 3 in the Madi chart. Okay, mashaw, and fihi is the muta'alliq part. And mashaw means it has the meaning of to walk.
Brother, just to interrupt one thing.
Yeah.
I can vaguely remember there is some variation of kulla, kullu, but why it is nasab here? I forgot.
Inshallah, brother, I'll explain that because brother, this sentence is playing the role that it is depicting their state. It is depicting their state. So this, brother, this sentence is actually playing the role of you can say maf'ul, in a sense that, you know, we have discussed the concept of jumla haliya.
Yeah.
So basically because this sentence is playing the role of jumla haliya, and jumla haliya is actually in nasab status. Yes,
yeah.
That's why it starts with the kulla.
Okay. Yeah.
So that is the reason with the kulla, brother. And secondly, you know, if you notice this thing, kullama ada alahum, every time it is lightened for them, mashawfi, then they walk fihi, in it. It means light, in this light. Okay. So basically, you know, when there's lightning on the sky and they can see the path, they walk. And then it's coming after that, wa'iza aslama alayhim, and when it is darkened upon them, qamu, then they stand. Now notice one thing. This mashawfi is almost behaving as a jawabu shart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because ada alahum, kullama ada alahum, whenever lightning, it is lightning for them or upon them, mashawfi, they walk in it. And that is the reason you might have noticed this point if you check this the i'rab of this ayah. Let me open up that. You see here, our jumlatu mashaw mushabbata li jawabi shart. Brother, you see this point?
Yeah, yes, see that.
Yeah, it says that this jumla of mashawfi is mushabba. Mushabba means it resembles like jawabu shart, even though we know that we do not have any adatu shart, but that's why I said it's mushabba li jawabu shart. It is behaving as jawabu shart. So just notice this point as well. Now let's go back. Now let me raise and make it's simple. So this kulla mudaf ma ada alahum mashawfi. This whole thing is connected. Why? Because it is like a jumla shartiya. It's not. It is mushabba to jumla shartiya. So that's why I put them together in the bucket. And because of this ma, this ada alahum, because of this ma, ada alahum has fi mahalli jar mudaf ilay. And this mashawfi is also a sentence based on fail madi, and it is mushabbatu jawabu shart, as we said before. So this is, now let's translate up to this point. Lightning almost snatches away their sight. Every time it is lightened for them, they walk in it. Let's move on. Brother Zaved, you want to do the next part?
Yeah. So wa iza.
So this vow is what? This vow?
This is istinashi, I think.
Good.
This one.
Okay, yes. And by the way, if you want to call it atifa, it will also be correct, because it is still a same subject. Allah is describing their state, that when it is lighting, they walk in it, and when it is dark, they stand. So if you call it this one as wow atifa, it will be correct as well. Yes, brother.
Okay, so then wa iza azlama fail madi.
Okay. And what about the word iza?
Actually, I don't know, brother. I didn't put any status for this one. I know
Okay.
this is iza means when.
What is iza?
That's zarf zaman.
Excellent. And what job it plays?
It also plays the role of shart.
Adatu shart.
Adatu shart, yeah.
Which means that jumla shartiya is starting. Okay. Iza, because iza means when, and because it is describing element of time. So brothers, those words which describe element of time, we call them special mudaf. And if you want to give them the specific name, that is zarf. And zarf is of two types, zama and makan. Zama mean time and makan mean place. So iza is actually zarf zama. Or even if you call it special mudaf, which we used to call before, that will be correct, no problem. Because after that, whatever will come, that will go into the place, into the role of mudaf ilay. So anyhow, brother Javed, so azlama.
Azlama fail madi. And
so
then
alayhim, is that right?
alayhim. Yeah, alayhim is zar mazroor or mutallik bil fail.
Okay, Shoaib bhai, do you know that azlama is which fail, because the actual root letter are za, lam and mim. Azlama. Shoaib bhai.
Brother, file madi, that's what it is.
It is still fail madi, but you remember we have brother
The
af'ala.
oh yes, family of afal.
Yes, it is sulasi
Okay.
mazid fi af'ala family. Okay, because zalama mean that he committed wrong. Aslama mean that he committed wrong on somebody else. Basically, action happening outside of it. Okay, brother. So both zalama and azlama, both of them are fail madi, cell number 1. But difference is, if you use this one, there will be 3 root letters. Sulasi mujarrad. Af'ala, sulasi mazid fi family, azlama, like aslama, af'ala. Okay, brother. So azlama alayhim is a complete sentence of fi'l madi in which azlama is madi and it has built-in file. What is that? Huwa.
Yeah.
That file is huwa and alayhim is mutalliq. So this sentence azlama alayhim, what will be the title for this sentence, Brother Javed?
Azlama alayhim.
Because you know, as we said, that iza is starting
Oh.
a conditional sentence.
Jawab with shart, brother.
Shoaib bhai, it will be shart because after so iza is adatu shart and this sentence will be called our shart, and kamu, this word kamu is a complete
Okay.
there will be
Yes,
jawab shart.
Jawab shart, yeah.
Now let's translate it. Wa iza, and when azlama, it is now again we know that azlama is a fail, but just because of language we need to translate somehow. So wa iza azlama alayhim, when it is darkened upon them, kamu, they stand still. Because kama yakumu, when somebody is standing. Okay, kamu is jawabu shart. Why? Because iza azlama alayhim, when this darkness happen, kamu, what do? Kamu, they just stand still. So basically iza azlama alayhim kamu is a complete jumla shartiya in which iza is adatu shart, azlama alayhim is shart, kamu is jawabu shart, and still sentence is continued. Any question somebody has so far? Okay, then this vow again, this vow is clearly istinafiya. Inshallah, when we will translate, you will see that it is not connected with the previous one very clearly. Okay, so anyone knows about the word law? What is law?
I think it's if. That's also a shart.
It is also adatu shart.
Yeah,
It means that another jumla shartiya is starting. Sha Allahu. Sha'a is fi'l madi.
Allah is file, sorry.
Excellent, mashallah, good job, brother Javed. File, so fail and file together, it is the shart part.
Yeah.
And we know that sometimes we have this lam coming on the and this lam is lam of emphasis, or just they call lam zaida. It is not lam of harf jar, by the way, because after this you have the word zahaba, and zahaba is a fail. Okay, so anyhow, la zahaba. So basically lam, you can call this lam is for taqeed. That definitely this thing will happen definitely. Lamu taqeed. Zahaba is fail. By the way, zahaba bi sam'ihim wa absarihim. This whole thing is your jawabu shart. That is one thing. And inside of jawabu shart, zahaba is fail madi. Bi sam'ihim, ba is jar, sam'ihim is majroor. So it is mutalliq bil fail. But sam'ihim itself is a mudaf ilayh as well. Okay. Wow is connecting this one and this one, which mean that this ba is jar, sam'ihim wa absarihim together will be majroor because of this wow. So bi sam'ihim, please pay attention. Zahaba fail madi, bi sam'ihim is mutalliq bil fail. Sorry, bi sam'ihim wa absarihim together is mutalliq bil fail. Now let's translate it. Walau sha'allahu, had Allah willed, la zahaba, Allah will have definitely. Zahaba mean that he went. Zahaba mean he went. La zahaba, in this place, it is giving the meaning of, you can still say that he went, bisam'ihim, with their hearing and with their sight. This will be the literal translation. Had Allah willed, he would have surely gone with their hearing and with their sight. Now, if you translate it like a little bit just to bridge this language gap, had Allah willed, he would have taken. Now, lizahaba we are translating because of the context. He would have taken bisam'ihim wa absarihim, their hearing and their sight. Had Allah willed, he would have taken their hearing and their sight.
And brother, can we say absorihim is badal of sam'ihim?
No, brother. No. It's not badal. Sam'ihim, this vow is connecting absarihim. So sam'ihim and absarihim are connected through this vow. This ba is jar and they both went into the bucket of majroor.
Okay, but okay. So we cannot say absorihim as a badal for sam'ihim.
No, brother, because brother, sam'ihim and absarihim, both of them are two different things. For example, sami mean that their sight, their hearing, and absarihim mean their sight. So, brother, badal is used when two things are referring to same object.
Yeah. Okay.
For example, brother, you remember I gave the example at one point that, for example, let me write that thing again. He, comma, Muhammad,
Yeah.
comma, went. Now you can say that this Muhammad is the badal for he. Why? Because both of them are referred to same object.
Yeah, makes sense.
But here, brother, sam'ihim mean their hearing and absarihim mean their sight.
Okay.
Is that clear? Was Javed clear?
Clear, brother. So keep going.
Sorry, yeah.
So then inna Allaha.
Yep.
So this is inna family. Inna Allaha is some of inna Allah.
Excellent.
Ala kulli shay'in.
Yeah.
So Allah is zar and kulli shay'in is mudaf ilay.
Excellent. So it ala kulli shay'in too, because Allah is jar. Kulli shay'in is mudaf ilay, but kulli shay'in together will go in the bucket of majroor.
Majroor, yeah.
Okay, so ala kulli shay'in will be called muta'alliq.
Yeah, muta'alliq, yeah. And then qadirun is the khabar of inna.
Khabar of inna, excellent. So khabar of inna, and this one was the ism of inna. This was pretty straightforward. So inna Allaha, indeed Allah, ala, upon, kulli shay'in, everything, qadirun, capable. Indeed Allah is capable upon everything. And now, because we know that this is one of those templates, when mutalliq bil khabar comes before the khabar, then it creates emphasis. Indeed Allah is fully capable. This word fully will come just to express the emphasis. Indeed Allah is fully capable upon everything. So this was our ayah number 29. If there's anything not clear to any one of you, please don't hesitate to ask your question. Okay, so brother Tafazzul, inshallah, go for next ayah, please.
Yeah, ayuha. So I think we have done it a few times. So yeah is the adatun nida.
Ya will be called adatun nida. Yes.
Yeah, and ayu is munadi.
Excellent. Now ayu will become the munadi.
And
sorry,
ha,
not munadi. Munada.
Munada.
Yes.
And ha had a name. I forgot what the name is.
Ha is for tambi. Tanbi. Yes, brother.
Yeah.
And annasu.
Yeah. So annasu, that will be the sifat of ayu.
Excellent. So ayu will become the mawsuf. So which means that ayyun nas, brothers, ya arfun nida, and ayyun nas is the munada and ha is for tambi. And we do not give any other label to munada and harfun nida. We just label them as it is, and then we move on to the next part. Now, inshallah, today let me teach you one more point on this subject of harfun nida and munada. And please, all of you, please pay attention. It will always happen that after harfun nida and munada, you will get a sentence. That is natural. Why? Look at, if I say Ya Allah, then I will say something, right? So whatever we say after harfun nida and munada, that whole statement is called this thing. I am writing it first time. Maqsood bin nida. This bar is, maqsood mean purpose. Purpose of calling. Maqsood bin nida. That nida mean call. Maqsood mean purpose. That why you are calling. So what I'm saying is, after harfun nida and munada, you will get a statement, a jumla. That jumla is called maqsood bin nida. That why you are calling. So always remember this point as well. Okay, brother. Bismillah.
Keep continuing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So then we have budu.
Yes.
So that's fail amr.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
file is antum.
Excellent. Fail amr. It has file
Antum.
Good job. Yes, brother.
Yeah. Then we have rabbakum. This is idafa and maf'ul bihi.
Excellent. Because rabba is clearly in nasab status. So rabbakum together will go in the bucket of maf'ul. Excellent.
Yeah. And then we have alladhi, which is the ism al-mawsul.
And brother, when ism mawsul comes, ism mawsul,
and it will be the sifa of rabbakum.
Excellent. Excellent. Ism mawsul and sila together, they become the sifa for something which came before it. And in this case, rabba came before it. So allazi mawsul, khalaqakum sila. Khalaqa and kum. Khalaqa fil madi, it has a built-in file huwa, and kum is attached pronoun. This kum will perform the role of maf'ul.
Yeah.
So khalaqa kum as a complete sentence. Sila allazi was ism mawsul. Mawsul and sila together will do what?
That's the jumlatul mawsula.
Jumlatul mawsula will define the rabba.
Yeah.
Okay, brother. Now this vow is connected. Allazina is again ism mawsul. Min qablikum. Min qablikum. Jar majroor. Min is jar. Qablikum majroor. But qablikum is itself mudaf and mudaf ilayh. So min allazina min qablikum. Brothers, please pay attention. Today you are learning that sometime as a sila you get a jar majroor phrase as well. Most of the time, brothers, as a sila you get a jumla, but sometimes you get a jar majroor phrase as well. So allazina is sila, ism mawsul. Min qablikum, jar majroor as the sila. Allazina, those, min qablikum, before you. And because of this vow, please pay attention, brothers. Because of this vow, these both of them are connected, which means that this khalaqakum, allazi khalaqakum, this one part. Am I frozen?
No, I can hear you.
No, is image frozen?
No.
I think so, because I can only see one line under khalaqakum, nothing else.
My pen is not working. I don't know why. Because my laptop is frozen. Okay, inshallah, I keep continue because at least you can hear me, inshallah. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying that even my cursor is not working as well. Okay. Please, just inshallah, please focus on the text because my cursor is not working as well. So I was saying that Allazi khalaqakum is one part, and then wow, Allazina min qablikum, second part. So Allazi khalaqakum wa Allazi min qablikum, together it will become the sifa. For who? For Rabba. Why? Because Allazi khalaqakum, one sentence, wow is connecting them, Allazi min qablikum. Both of them together will become the sifa for Rabba. Let's translate it. Ya Yuhannas, O mankind, Ubudu, all of you worship Rabbakum, to your master. Allazi, the one who khalaqakum, created you. Wow, and Allazina, those min qablikum, before you. The one who created you and to those who came before you. La'allakum tattakun. Anyone knows about la'alla?
Yeah.
Inna family.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent, Janeb bhai. So la'alla will be called inna family member, and then what is the iraf of kum?
This ism of la'alla.
La'alla, and tattakuna,
That will be the khabar.
that will be the khabar of la'alla. Excellent. La'alla mean what?
Maybe.
Or perhaps, okay?
Yeah.
Perhaps you, la'allakum, perhaps you, tattakun, perhaps you are saved, or you become of taqwa, or you are saved. Perhaps you are saved. Okay, now look at this one. This la'allakum tattakun, is it not giving you the reason that why Allah is saying that worship me? Is that right?
Yeah.
And brother, please pay attention. We know that maf'ul answers the question of what, why, when, where, and how. So why is also the answer of maf'ul. And we call this one, anyone knows the name of this maf'ul?
Lahu.
Maf'ul lahu. So la'allakum tattakun, this complete sentence is in the role, it is fi mahalli nasab. Why? Because it is playing the role of maf'ul lahu. Make sense, brothers?
Yeah.
Okay. O mankind, worship your master, the one who created you, and to those who came before you. La'allakum tattakun, perhaps, maybe you are saved. Okay. Chazeb by Bismillah, start next one. Alladhi ja'ala.
Alladhi ism mawsul.
Okay, Chazeb, first of all, this Alladhi is going to describe who?
Rabba.
Excellent. So we are going to get another sifa for Rabba.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yes, brother.
So this is third Jumlatul Mawsula.
Yes, yes.
Because the first one was Allazi halakakum. Second one was Wallazina min qablikum.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
third one is Allazi jahala.
Excellent. Excellent. Yes, Chanzeb bhai. Allazi is a mawsul.
Ism mawsul, and jahala is fi'l mazi,
Excellent. Fail madi.
and
Lakum.
lakum is jar majroor,
Excellent. Excellent. And ja, it will be mutallik bil fail. Ja'ala.
mutaalliq bil fi'l, yeah, fi'l and mutaalliq bil fi'l. Al arda is
What status?
is maf'ul
For who?
jala.
Excellent. Excellent. So al-arda is the maf'ul because it is in nasab status.
Nasab status.
And then
Firashan is a maf'ul because is in nasab status.
You are right,
It's-
brother. You can call this one maf'ul number 2, but you can also give it another name. If somebody can recall, we discussed one thing. For example, when we say Rabbi zidni, oh Allah, increase me. So zid is fail, and ye is the maf'ul, and then ilman. This ilman is called tamyiz. For example, Allazi jala lakumul arda, the one who made for you earth. Made what? Firashan, bed.
bed.
So this firashan, Chazeb bhai, you can call it simply maf'ul number 2, or you can say that it is the qualifier for al arda.
Okay.
And this word for qualifier is tamyiz.
Tamiz. Okay. Tamiz, huh?
Yes, ta, mim, ya, and za. Tamyiz.
Tamhiz. Okay.
Unfortunately, my whole laptop is just frozen.
Okay. Now we can hear you, so we can continue with this. Yeah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. So was samaa is the second maf'ul, same like al arda.
Excellent. So, brother Chazeb, this as-samaa is connected to which word?
Ja'ala.
No, al-arda and
Al
as-samaa.
arda. Yeah. Al arda and was sama. Yeah.
Excellent. You know why? Because both of them have same i'rab.
Yep. Bina'an. So this is another tamiz.
Excellent. Excellent. With tamyiz for as-samaa.
Samaa. Okay.
Yes.
Wa is a harf ataf.
Yes.
Anzala is fail.
Fail which madi or mudare?
It's anzala aslama. So it's mazi.
Excellent. Afala family. Yes.
Afala aslama
Yeah.
family. Yeah.
So Chazeb bhai, let's wrap up the previous one. Allazi ja'ala lakumul arda firasham was samaa binaa. Let's translate this one.
Yeah. So the one who created for you.
No. Made. Ja'ala mean made.
Made. Yeah.
Khalaqa mean create.
Okay. Yeah. The one who made for you earth as a bed.
Yes.
And sky as a roof.
Yes. Excellent. Because remember, brother, sama mean anything which is above you.
Yep.
It's called sama. So you can call it canopy, you can call it roof.
Yep.
Both are correct. Okay.
Yep.
So the one who made for you earth as bedding and sky as canopy. And
anzala and sent down.
Before that, Chazeb bhai, this wow is connecting this next sentence to what?
It's alladhi.
So basically, excellent. This allazi is a mawsool, and one of its sila is ja'ala lakumul arda firasham was samaa binaa. That is one sila. And next sila is now starting.
Anzala, yeah.
Yes.
Anzala, and he sent down, which is fail. Madi minas samai is a jar majroor.
Mutalliq bil fail.
It means from the sky. Ma'an is maf'ul.
Excellent.
Water. Now, fa'akhraja.
Okay, let's complete this one. So this anzala minas sama'i ma'an. Allazi was ism mawsool. Ja'ala lakumul arda firasham was sama'a binaa. One sila.
Yep.
And it is then anzala minas sama'i ma'an, that is connected to previous one, and then another one is starting now. Fa'akhraja. So this fa is also connected.
Fa is connected.
Yeah,
Same like harf ataf.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So fa is connected. Akhraja. akhraja is same like anzala family, aslama family.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Akhraja is fi'l mazi.
Yeah.
Bihi it's jar majroor
Mutalik.
mutalik bil fi'l.
Yeah.
Min ath-thamarati is jar majroor. This is
Yes.
rather mutalik bil fi'l.
Yes, yes.
Rizqan, this maf'ul.
For who? For who?
Fa akhraja.
For akhraj. Excellent. Yes.
akhraja. Maf'ul lakum jar majroor.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So let's translate it.
And he sent down from the sky water
Yes.
so that akhraja, so that he takes out.
No. For and akhraja, he brought forth. Yes.
Brought forth from it.
Yes. With
Fruit.
it or from it. Yeah.
Yeah. Fruit.
From the fruits.
From
Minas
the fruit.
samarat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the fruit. Rizqan, provision lakum for you.
Yeah. And yes, lakum for you. So basically, brothers, allazi was ism mawsul. It has got how many silas so far? 3.
3 so far.
All of them 3. We will not call them sila number 1. No. We call them. First one will be called matuf, and then matuf alay 1, matuf alay 2. In this way, we will put all of them in the bucket of sila. So it will be not called sila number 1, 2, and 3. Rather, we'll call them, for example, khalaka, jala lakumul arda firasham. This one will be called, jala lakumul arda firasham was samaa binaa. This will be called matuf and matuf alay. Okay, and then wa anzala minas samai ma'an. That will be called matuf number 1. Fa akhraja bihi minas samarati rizqan lakum. That will be matuf number 2. So matuf alay together with matuf 1 and 2, the whole thing will become the sila for allazi.
Yep.
And now this fala taj'alu, this fa is istinafiya.
Fa is the nafiya. La tajalu jumla nafiya.
Excellent. Yes.
Don't, yeah. Lillahi mutalik.
No, not nafiya. Nahiya.
Nahiya. Nahiya. Yeah. Yeah.
Because okay, anybody else can tell me the difference between nafiya and nahiya? Can someone tell me? Brothers, what is
Nafiya and nahiya, you say?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Chanzeb bhai, please explain nafiya and nahiya.
Nahiya is absolute denial, I think.
No, nafiya is negation and nahiya is forbidding.
Forbidding, right? Okay. So
You
this
know,
is forbidding. Yeah, this is forbidding. Yeah,
and
this is forbidding.
And how do we know it's forbidding?
It's la. It start with la.
No.
La tajhalu.
No, la can perform both. La can perform both roles.
Because it is mazzoom.
That is the point. Chanzeb bhai, if it was fala taj'aluna, then it will be negation.
Negation. Yep.
If it is fala taj'alu majzoom, now it will be nahi.
Amr.
Yes. Allah is commanding to not do something.
Yep.
Which we call fail nahi.
Yep. So this is fail in nahi. Yeah.
So this la was la nahiya.
La nahiya. La tajhalu lillahi. It's jar majrur mutalik bil fail.
Yep.
Andadan. This is maf'ul.
Excellent.
Wa antum. So then it's a new sentence starting here.
Yes.
It's antum. It's mubtada.
Excellent.
And ta'lamun is khabar.
Excellent. Ta'lamuna is a jumla failure as khabar.
As khabar here.
And what is the role of this wa antum ta'lamun?
This is jumlatul haliya.
Jumlatul haliya, because it is describing their state.
Yep.
So, okay, inshallah, who wants to go for next ayah?
I can go again, brother. If you want.
Bismillah, Bismillah. Jazeb bhai, excellent job, mashallah, good job.
Jazakallah.
Vaiyak, vaiyak. Yes, Javed bhai.
Brother, next ayah is wa in kuntum.
So this wow is istinafia because new sentence is starting.
Yeah, next sentence. And then we have in, then kuntum.
So what
This
is
is
in? What is in?
in. It is from in a family.
No, no. Shoaib bhai, what is in?
Is it shart?
Excellent. Adatu shart.
Shart. Okay. Yeah.
It's a harf of shart which start a jumla shartiya. It is a harf of shart or adatu shart.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Javed bhai, in will be called adatu shart. And then
Kuntum. So it's from again kana.
yes.
So tum, it's isom of kana. Then
So brother, kuntum is fail nakis. Yes. Okay. And what is the ism of kuntum?
isom of kuntum is rather then anta is the isom of kana.
Okay. Brother, there's one mistake. Who can correct the mistake?
It's antum.
Antum, brother Javed. Kuntum, antum.
Antum. Okay.
If it was kuntu
Yeah.
or kunta, then it was one person. Kunta
Yeah.
means you. And
So-
kuntum, antum. So it has kuntum. So kuntum will be called fail nakis, and ism of kuntum will be antum.
Antum. Yeah.
Yes.
So then fi roibin.
Yeah.
Fi roibin, it's basically jar mazroor, but it could be khabar of kana over here.
Excellent, brother. Khabar of, you can say khabar of kuntum.
Yeah.
Okay. So brother, now my question is that this kuntum sentence, kuntum fi raibin. This was a kuntum sentence or kana sentence.
Yeah.
What is the title of this sentence?
Title of this sentence is
Because in was adatu shart, right?
yeah.
So what will be the title of this sentence then?
So this one is the shart. This part.
Excellent. So in adatu shart, kuntum fi raibin. This is shart.
Yeah. So
And then
then we have then Roiba mimma means min plus ma.
excellent. Good job, brother. So min is jar.
And ma means what actually? Yeah.
Excellent. So this ma will be ma of ism mawsul.
Some mawsul. Yeah.
Because it means here what?
Yeah. What? So
And
then
nazzalna
is fail madi.
Excellent, brother. Which one?
Sorry, brother. Which one means what? I couldn't understand.
Nazzalna is, you said fail madi. Nazzalna.
Yeah, nazalna is fail madi. Yeah.
Which number?
Then it is basically we.
So
It means the number 14.
Number 14. Excellent. So brother, so far, mimma nazzalna. So min is the jar part. Ma is a mawsul. Now we come to the sila part. In the sila part, nazzalna is fail madi. It has a built-in file, nahnu. And then
ala abdina.
Yes.
So it's zar mazroor actually.
Excellent. And brother, this jar majroor is mutallik bil what?
Mutallik bil fail of means nazzalna.
Now let's summarize the whole thing, brother. Mimma nazzalna ala abdina. So min is jar, ma is a mawsul, nazzalna ala abdina sila. Mawsul ma, nazzalna ala abdina sila. Mawsul sila together in the bucket of majroor.
Yeah.
Because min is jar, ma nazzalna ala abdina. This whole thing went, the jumlatul mawsula went into the bucket of majroor. Now, brother, Raybin, what status? Okay, okay, not status. Is it proper or is it common?
Seems it is common.
Common, okay, because of tanween, right? And brothers, can someone recall? I said one thing last time, and please pay attention. If you see a common ism with tanween, and after that you see a jar majroor phrase, there is a high possibility that that jar majroor will play the role of sifa for this ism, which means because raybin, you can see it's a ism and it is nakira, it is common with tanween. And then mimma nazzalna ala abdina is a jar majroor fragment. So this jar majroor fragment will play the role of sifa for raybin. And if you translate, it will make sense for you. Wa in kuntum, and if kuntum, you are fi raybin, in doubt, about doubt, mimma nazzalna ala abdina, about what we have sent upon our servant. You see, this raybin is regarding what? It is regarding mimma nazzalna ala abdina. So this mimma nazzalna ala abdina, if you call, one thing is for sure, that this mimma nazzalna ala abdina is a jar majroor bucket. And this jar majroor bucket is normally, we call this one as muta'alliq. But in this case, if you call this one as sifa, it will make sense. Brother, clear?
Yeah.
Now, brothers, please pay attention. Who can tell me now the summary of the i'rab from wa in kuntum fi raybi mimma nazzalna ala abdina up to this point? It's a very interesting summary here. Sanjay bhai, you want to try?
So this is the shart.
So
Shart.
in was the adatu shart, right?
Adatu shart. So this is jumla shart so far.
No, kuntum was fail nakis, right?
Yep.
And antum is the ism of kuntum, right?
Yep.
Fi is jar, right?
Yep.
Raybin is mawsuf, mimma nazzalna ala abdina is sifa, mawsuf sifa together in the bucket of majroor, and fi and that majroor together is the khabar of kuntum. Make sense, brothers?
Yeah.
Yep.
So basically, fi is jar, raybin mawsuf, mimma nazzalna ala abdina sifa, mawsuf sifa together in the bucket of majroor. So fi jar and majroor together as the khabar of kuntum. And this whole thing is, so far we have dealt only shart part. Okay, now jawabu shart is coming. Yes, brother Tafazzul, bismillah.
So so fa here is the jawabu shart.
It is the rabita mabain shart and jawabu shart.
Yeah.
Because you remember this fa, it sometimes comes as a connector between shart and jawabu shart.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So atu.
So atu, that's fil amr, and file is antum.
Actually, brother, it's better to call this one, this atu, you can call this one as majzoom. You know why? Because
Majzoom,
that in the start is making the both things majzoom. Shart and jawabu.
Yeah. So then bisuratin, that will be the jar majrur phrase. It will be mutalliq bil fail atu.
Excellent.
And mim mislihi. So mislihi, that's idafa, and mim mislihi together, that's jar majrur phrase.
Yes. And can you
Mm,
think
that
something
will-
more about this one?
So this, because the previous one, it was Nakira.
Yes.
So this part will be the sifa of that surah in.
So ba is jar, suratin mawsuf, min mislihi sifa. Mawsuf sifa
Yeah.
together in the bucket of majroor.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting, brother?
Yeah. It's interesting.
Okay, inshallah.
Yeah.
Inshallah. Okay, brother. Good. Okay, let's translate this one now. Wa in kuntum, from this one. Who will translate?
Wa in kintum. And if you are in doubt about
Not about in. Or you can say, oh yeah, you can say, yeah, about, yeah. About, yeah.
what we have sent down upon you,
No. Ala
upon
abdina.
upon our servant,
Yes. But better word is slave.
upon our slave.
Yeah.
Then
Atu.
produce a surah.
Atu mean bring. Okay, bring.
Bring a surah.
Yeah.
The like that's an example. It's a misleading example, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it. I think that
Actually, you know, brother, interesting thing is this here. It's a beautiful thing here. You know, if Allah would say bisuratim mislihi, that would have been sufficient. Bisuratim mislihi. Okay, surah like of it. Okay, but bisuratim mim mislihi. Please pay attention. This min is extra, right?
Yeah.
We call this one min zaida, and it makes it even little. Someone, you can say somewhat like it.
Is it referring to Surah Al-Baqarah?
Yes, brother. No, not Surah Al-Baqarah necessarily. Any one surah, any surah.
So it means any surah of this.
The beauty is that before this surah, there's only one surah, Fatiha.
Yep.
Okay. And sometimes when Quran says bring 10 surahs, the beauty is that before, when Allah says bring 10 surahs, before that, then only 10 surahs.
Yep.
So anyhow, I was saying that this bisuratim mim mislihi, it means that a surah somewhat like it, not just like it, because it could have been said bisuratim mislihi without this word min. So when this min comes extra, it's called min zaida, and it comes for tab'iz. I can't write because of this problem, but it means that, you know, to make something even smaller, that you bring a surah somewhat like it. Okay, and then
wa, that's half ataf.
Yeah.
Ud'u, it will be same ma'tuf ala a'tu. So it will be same ma'tuf ala of the previous fail. It will be again fail amr.
Yeah.
Then shuhada akum, that's idafa. It will be maf'ul bihi of
excellent,
this
excellent, brother. Good job. Yes.
Min dunillahi. So dunillahi will again, it will be idafa, and min dunillahi will be jar majrur phrase.
MashaAllah. Great.
The mutalik will fail. It will be again mutalik will fail. And up to here it looks oh no, actually, here again we have
yeah.
So we have again in, that's half short again.
Yes, you are right. In
Okay.
is again half short. Yes, you are right.
Kuntum. So again, this is harf fil madinakis.
So brother,
kind of family.
let's complete the previous part first. So in the previous one, please identify the shart and jawabu shart.
So from up to, you mean from very beginning, or from from there?
No, from wa in kuntum fi raybin.
Okay. So here we are saying, or in kuntum fi laramisa mimma nazalna ala abdina fa'atu bi suratin min mislihi wa ud'u shuhadahum min dunillahi. So it looks up to that. Actually, it's if you're doing the
Yes, yes, you are right.
yeah.
You're thinking right here.
Okay, so it looks up to dunillahi. That's one shirt actually, because now again in kuntum here it is again saying then
No,
yeah,
brother, look, this first one the first in that was adatu shart, and then kuntum fi raybin mimma nazzalna ala abdina, that was the shart part, and then fa'tu bi suratin min mislihi, and because that waw is connecting this one this with the previous one, so the jawabu shart part is, but the jawabu shart part is
up to dunillahi.
fa'tu bi suratin min mislihi wadu shuhadakum min dunillahi.
Yeah,
this was jawabu, and then in kuntum sadiqin, this in is another adatu shart.
Yeah, that's another
And
new
kuntum
adatu shart.
sadiqin is the shart part.
Yeah,
Right? In which kuntum fail nakis, antum ism of kuntum, sadiqina
is the cover of
khabar of kuntum. And now this jawabu shart number 2 is mahzuf, employed. Basically Allah is saying in kuntum sadiqin, if you are truthful, fa'tu bi suratin min misli. This one, this again fa'tu bi suratin min misli, again this one is employed.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I was a bit confused. So we have the shirt, but
yes,
there's no jawabu shirt.
And by the way, this thing is common in the Quran. Sometimes you will see that shart is given and jawabu shart is mahzuf or implied. So this in kuntum sadiqin, in is the jawabu shart. In is the adatu shart. Kuntum sadiqin is the shart part, and jawabu shart, which is again same. Fa'atu bi surat misli, that is implied here.